In this presentation, we will show you how to remove the ACT Outlook Sync Windows service that ACT installs with version 2011. So what we're going to do now is to see where to find the ACT add-ins there in the Windows desktop or in the Windows server that we have to remove. First, we go Control-Alt-Delete and we start the Task Manager. Starting the Task Manager, at the top, right at the top, we can see there's an act.outlook.service.exe and act.outlook.sync.exe. If your Task Manager, if these are not in order, just click on top and then basically they will order themselves. These two are the two services you want to remove from your server so they do not interfere with the synchronization by 123 Synchronizer. The first step we have to do then is to take the ACT Outlook Sync out of the picture. So we remove that from interfering with our software. To do that, you go to the Start button, go to Programs, go to Startup, and you see here it says Sage ACT Outlook Sync. Remove that. You go like that, press on the delete, and that will remove this item from the synchronization. What you want to do is take any Outlook items out of any ACT Outlook items that will interfere with our process. So click on delete. We'll get a warning, and you say yes. So now to double check, just click on Startup. There's nothing there. So now you're set. So now that we have removed the sync between ACT and Outlook, we also need to remove the ACT Outlook add-in that they put on systems, because this is fairly disruptive not only to the server but also to our software. And to do that, to go back to the Task Manager, see if it's there. So we look at the Task Manager, and what we're looking for is we want, and next time we reboot the machine, we don't want the act.outlook.service.exe to be present on the machine. So we can start here and just end this process. So that process will be removed from the machine and no longer is there. So the next step we have here is we want to remove the ACT Outlook service that ACT starts every time the machine starts. And the way we do it, and we know there are other easier ways or different ways of doing it, we go into the registry. So we click Start, we do a run, we type regedit.com. regedit, and that will start the registry tool. Click on HKey local machine. So there's a couple of registry. Click on HKey local machine, then go Control F, and that will start the find. So act.outlook.service.exe. So now we're looking for this item that it gets started every time Windows start. Well, in different machines, it's in different places. So what we do here, we have a pretty standard way of looking. If it is on the components run folder, that means it gets started. If you can look here at the bottom, there's this is part of the installation, so we don't want this. So we go and look for the next one. So what it's doing now is looking for the instance of this particular item through the registry. You don't want this one either. Are things that are created by ACT. So now we're getting into where we want to. Look at the bottom of the screen, and on the bottom of the screen we will say Microsoft Windows current version run. You know, everything separated by backslashes. And on that run, that means every time the computer comes up, these processes get started. So you can see the act preloader goes in there, and then the act Outlook service. So what we do, we go in here and we just delete the act Outlook service. So next time we reboot this machine, this particular service is not there. So now we have removed the act Outlook sync service, so that will no longer come up when the machine gets rebooted or while it's operational. And we also have removed the act Outlook services, so those will no longer be enabled on this particular machine. So the next step is reboot your machine, and after you've rebooted, we'll then reinstall and redo the CDO MAPI libraries.